Dear colleagues, Namaskar. We will be discussing about the school-based assessment. 4 important strategies related to school-based assessment. The first one is self-assessment. Self-assessment is conducted by the students themselves. Self-assessment does not mean that at the end of the chapter we have several questions to which the students have to respond. Self-assessment involves a deeper involvement of the students. The second one is peer assessment. In peer assessment, the students assess each other so that they can understand how they are progressing and how other students are progressing and how they can improve their performance based on the better progress that is made by others. The third one is group work assessment. We are habituated in assessing students as individuals. As opposed to this, we can also assess them in groups. We can see how they are cooperating with each other, how they are helping each other, and how as a group they can get involved themselves and do the things better. The fourth one is portfolio assessment. When assessment happens on a particular aspect over a period of time, that we call as portfolio assessment. Portfolio assessment also involves students in doing several things and not merely keeping the records of the students for a longer periods. Let us now take the example of class 5 learning outcomes in English language and see how self, peer, group work and portfolio assessment can be conducted on this. The learning outcome for class 5 in English language is writes paragraphs in English from verbal visual clues with appropriate punctuation marks and linkers. Another learning outcome at the same level for class 5 in English language is writes a mini biography and mini autobiography. Based on these 2 learning outcomes, we understand that the students have to develop abilities of not only identifying the text and responding to multiple choice questions, but also using language is important. Based on these 2 learning outcomes, now we can develop certain assessment strategies under self-assessment, peer assessment, group work assessment and portfolio assessment. The basic objective behind these 2 learning outcomes is that students should not only be in a position to respond to multiple choice type of questions, but also develop abilities to write and write analytically in a reflective manner and critically, so that they develop these abilities and become competent learners. When we ask the students to write an essay, it merely gives an impression that they are being assigned some kind of work. Instead of doing like this, we should be engaging the students in a very active manner by asking them on what kind of topics they would like to write an essay. So, we should be in a position to take their opinion, and based on that different themes can be identified. Out of that, one of the themes can be selected and the students can be asked to write an essay on that based on certain criteria. Normally, we are also of the view that teachers should provide the criteria of assessment. Instead of assigning them the topics, assigning the criteria, the teacher can engage the students in developing criteria. This way, when teacher and students negotiate the criteria, a good criteria can be evolved, and this criteria helps in understanding the parameters of assessment. When criteria is developed by teacher and students together, it helps in metacognition for the students. The metacognitive abilities are those abilities wherein the students understand how their learning is happening, the direction of the learning, the pace of learning, etc. Let us now assume that the criteria has been discussed and deliberated by the students and teacher and have come out with a fixed criteria for assessing students on a particular essay. This criteria need not be fixed forever, it can change according to the requirements of the subject and also the level of the students. For example, the criteria arrived by the students is as follows. The area of assessment can include 4 parameters: content, coherence, language, word limit, and the weightages or scores given against each of these areas of assessment can be as follows. For content 4 marks, for coherence 3 marks, for language 2 marks, and for word limit 1 mark, and the essay can be assessed for a total of 10 marks. Based on this criteria, if students assess themselves and later when they are shown with a model answer or model essay, it will also act as an exemplar to improve their performance. In addition to this, students can also be asked to exchange their essays randomly so that others are in a position to assess their work rather than only the teacher doing that kind of work. In addition to the self-assessment and peer assessment, we can also form groups of students who can be writing an essay on any topic or similar topic or the same topic. When the students work in groups, they develop a mutual understanding, they develop ability to learn from each other and develop cooperative abilities. All this will help them in advancing further. So, this kind of group tasks are also essential and they can be provided not only in writing essay, but in any form of teaching, learning and assessment. In addition to all these aspects, we can also maintain a record of people's performance over a period of time. A student has written essays at different points of time during a year. All these essays can be collected by the student and they can be showcased in terms of how the essay is written, the collection of essays and selection of good essays among collection, and also presentation of good essay can also be part of portfolio management and presentation. Under rubrics, there are different types. One is holistic rubrics, the other one is analytical rubrics. Under holistic rubrics, we do not subcategorize the weightages, whereas under analytical rubrics, we give weightages for different levels of performance. So, this way the students develop the abilities in not only understanding how they have written and what they have written, but also how a particular piece of work is better than others, etc. The 4 assessment strategies that are presented are only exemplary in nature. There are various other tools and techniques that can be used by teachers in the classroom. They can be tailored to the needs of the children and they can help in students coming together in conducting the tasks, and teacher can help them wherever they require support. This way, we can implement school-based assessment in a very effective manner so that students are in a better position to understand their own learning and progress further.